Just getting adjusted. All right. All I have to do is finish up this little spot, and then the entire piece of paper I've been working on will be covered. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not, but I'll give it a shot. Happy Thursday to everybody out there. Hope your Thursday is looking good, and I hope tomorrow is looking better. Because I know some of you are living in the future. I know for some of you it's already Friday. I think that's pretty darn cool. So live it up. While the rest of us Thursday people suffer in the dark. I think you get it. Bring that down a little bit. Pull those right there. Add these right here. And we're almost done. Of course, you know you're never done with art. An artist knows. They just have to call it good after a while. It's never done. I was born in the edge. I was born in the edge. It taught me everything I know. Just like the Aerosmith song. That song is actually based on my life. Living on the edge. It was about the summer that I went on tour with the band U2, and I lived on the back of Edge, the guitarist. But in those days we called him the guitarist, because he insisted that we roll the R. Even though there's only one R, you don't have to roll one R, but he made us. It was not our fault. It was his. It was the edge. He had an edge. What can I say? It was far better than the summer I spent underneath the smudge. Living under the smudge, not so popular. Not so catchy. I guess I was living in Russia. Mother Russia at the time. I'm getting better at my Russian accent. Russian. Oh, yes. But it's easier to see. And I have some kind of tractor, backhoe, backed into it. That way nobody can open the door. So it's beautiful right where it is. Let's just say that. But every line means something, like negative $500. That didn't make any sense. That'd be way too much money for one line. I mean, that would have to be one hell of a line, like a conga line or something like that. And everybody in that line would have to smell pretty and look soft. For $500 a line, I ain't getting in. The only line I'm getting in with $500 is a limbo line, where I can make my mark on this godforsaken planet. I like to draw. Hey, Passer. Good day. I've been drawing all day. How's it going down there? How's it going in Australia? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going in Australia? Down there, the up here. And up here we call it down under. What the hell's going on? If there was a portal to hell, it might go to China, but if you dug through the earth from Alabama, you would go directly in the outback of Australia. Everybody knows that. Get on board. Australia. Pastor, if you know anybody down there who, I don't know, knows like the king, can you have them get a hold of me? I think I just wrote a banger. Is there like a prince or something like that? Like, there can't be that many. But I know it's a really big planet, Australia. I love it. I've never been there, but I love it. Hello, Rose. Rose, I don't know how many times I've had to tell you this. The next time you're late, I will dock you. And now you owe me so much money. No, you don't ever have to apologize. If anything, it's me. It's I. It's Story who should be apologizing to you. I came late too. It wasn't my fault. It was the 80s. And let's just say, I mean, I take it from on high that being late is more of a signal, is a sign of I was going to say virtue signaling, but it's more of it's a virtuous thing than it is a negative thing. I think being late is cool. And I don't think there's anybody out there who would disagree. You're in good company, Rose. You should know that. I like to draw. Shut up. What's that? Nothing. Came for the art, staying for the stories. I thought you said I thought that said upside down. I was reading it at first and I thought it said you came as a rat. And right there, well, I guess I just turned it upside down, but I wrote I came as a rat. But rat is art also, because letters do things. It's like one of those, where was it? Oh, there it is. There's a Modest Mouse song I think I was listening to when I wrote that. I came as a mouse, I came as a cat, I came as a dog, and I came as Man-Bat. Did you know that in the bat world there are Man-Bats who, fight crime in the bat colonies? Especially in the Narrows, they just fly around and they just fight crime. They're called Man-Bats. There's one in particular that sticks out. He wears a little costume. It's adorable. It's an adorable little Man-Bat costume. Kind of an inversion of the Batman, everything. But it's a little man dressed as a bat in the logo, which is kind of fucked. It doesn't make any sense. But it makes us all laugh when we see it. I was on his team for about 6 months before I realized what was really going on behind the scenes down there, and I had to get out of it quickly. I mean, the bees are pollinating and the birds are singing. I'm getting out of the bat colonies. I'm not going to stay any longer. I could not afford it. I wasn't going to risk any more lives. No, dearie. Especially the lives of my men. They depend on me, and I'm not going to let them down. Like I did my last group of men. Those poor suckers. Everything's okay. I learned my lesson. I'm still alive. That's all good. It's all good. How's everybody else doing tonight? Let's see here. Okay. All right. Just reading some of these things. Yeah, but with the rat thing. Mm-hmm. It's very true. There was a character in the Ninja Turtle comic books. He was called the Rat King. You know, and there. I mean, he was a redhead. I mean, if that says anything. Gosh darn dang, I do like me some redheads. Mostly carrots, carrot tops. We used to call them back in high school. Kind of want to keep drawing on this stupid thing too. I just think it's kind of neat. Started out as 3 stick figures, and now and then someday it's gonna turn into 6 figures. It's I'm gonna be rich, but not, and hopefully because of that drawing. Because 5,000 years from now, somebody's gonna see this video, and they're gonna be playing reruns, um, and for the future us's, and one of them is gonna recognize my voice, and he's gonna come back in time, and save me and preserve my conscience, and put it in some kind of little tube. That way he gets me back to the future, and he spits me out just like you would water in a straw that you were holding upside down with the finger at the one end, holding it in there like gravity. And once you allow air back into everything, then boom, they got life again. And then we can all live happily ever after at the end. Amen. I know you were all thinking that too. So don't even act like you weren't. That's a trippy thing about reincarnation, is that people always think, "Oh yeah, I want to come back. I want to live another life," or something like that. But I don't even think it's necessarily in this realm or on this planet that we're coming from. So for me personally, it doesn't feel like I came from this planet before. It feels like I might come here next, but it'll be yeah, like you were just saying, like it's more like I don't know. I'll be like a camel or something like that. Hold on a second, I'm scratching my foot. I'm still scratching. Hold on a second. Yeah, I've never believed in that kind of stuff more strongly as I do now. That didn't make any sense at all. But I'm gonna stick to it. Um, Things have been working in ways that are benefiting me, but also completely out of my hands. It feels like, and it does feel like some other force is or it just feels more so like what's gonna happen has already happened. And so why even I mean, there's no point in fretting anything because it's like in the movie Donnie Darko when he starts seeing everybody with the worm hole thing coming out of their chests, and they start like leading them around. It's like the precognitive kind of stuff, you know. And now that I'm looking back at, especially when I was a kid, at certain things, I'm realizing how much of that kind of stuff was pushed out or like I had to force down into me because people around me didn't seem to see the same kind of things I did or hear the same things or care about the same things, even just maybe even in just the most general terms, but even especially like like you know it's like I don't know, I hesitate to say psychic even though I was totally saying it, but even just dreams, even just like having dreams. I mean, I was like yesterday years old when I realized that most people don't even have the kind of dreams that I have, or dream at all, or remember their dreams, or any care about their dreams even. They're just meaningless things to them. And for me, it's like, oh yeah, I get to go to sleep tonight and visit my other family. That's how it feels. Like I'm gonna go, hey, quack. Um, That's what the motto of the Story Grub Club is all about, Alexis. It was like when I first started this channel, I think it went like this. It was like Story Grub. It's okay. Wait, what does it say? It's great to be different. And then somebody came through the camera and like came through the camera with me with a knife at me with a knife, and I had to swat them back into the camera because they were evil, and they didn't like that thing so much. They said it was so generic that they could actually bend space and camera time, and they really tried to hurt me, Alexis. I'm not even joking. Ooh, I like that. I like octaves because that's what it feels like sometimes too. It's not even like a different dimension. It's just like a different color or a different shade. But that's how my dreams are. It's just they're like this world, but it's just mostly a post-apocalyptic the world I go into every night that I've kind of just constructed for myself, since I was about since I was like able to control my dreams from like 7 or 8 years old or something. And then all throughout my teens, I like practiced and practiced and practiced in my dreams to fly and control, and I could do anything I wanted. And believe me, even that gets old after a while. It is. It was like Groundhog's Day or something like that. That movie. But find out what kind of person you are and like how much is going on inside that little mind of yours. That's for darn sure. And I am sorry for the language, but sorry, not sorry. Dang it. Um. So yeah, I finished the drawing. Here. I don't. I don't think I need to even go back and do much, but there we go. Get out of here. Let's see. So yeah, that's the drawing. And then there's other things like up here. Oh, son of a god! What the? Like in here, for example, I could go through and well, I could go through and do this, and just add like little details here and there. But it's pretty much done. I set out. Some of you were even here. I think maybe Passer was definitely. You've seen this. Been there. But all I have to do now is just go through and do little teeny things, and I can do little teeny things until the crows come home. But there's no point in doing that when I need to work on other things. And I did this just to impress all of you. I hope you're impressed. I'm kind of lonely, and I wish that I had some friends. Yeah, I like being alone. It's totally fine. But I do appreciate my YouTube friends and when people stop by and say hi and aren't mean. You don't have to be mean around here. I'll accept you for whoever you are, as long as you're not a bastard. As long as you're not a bastard, you're welcome anytime. Ask any of my friends, they would agree. I'm a very forgiving person. I think everybody deserves a second chance to make a lasting impression. Yes? No? The voices. They are. The voices in my head are just. Oh my gosh, they've gotten me through some like pretty interesting times. Or they've made times interesting. I was thinking about it too, about how I used to have like cartoon type friends when I was a kid before my parents divorced. I was like 5 or 6, and they would follow me places, and I would I got to a point where I could just imagine them, and they would just be absolutely realistic, right in front of me. like these cartoon Mario Brother looking things. And all I had to do was think of them, and they would just appear, and we'd hang out. I don't remember. I don't remember what a 5-year-old me talked about. But I was really into fantasy and like Star Wars, and I was born in '79, so I was like right in the middle of the trilogies, and um, I guess sort of halfway. But it's been a weird, wild ride. And then to get the chance to live inside of a meat sack is just like one of the craziest things too, because it's so I can tell just from before maybe even, but it's just very constricting. Especially when you've had dreams like I do, and some of us do, that are very freeing and liberating, and you can literally just fly like Neo and Superman or Peter Pan. Never grow up. I would never kill a pirate, though. I would never kill anybody. Unless they were trying to take my donuts away from me or something. Something like really serious. They'd have to be doing something really fucked up. I don't know. Like looking cross-eyed at my cat or something like that. I don't. See, now I could just get bogged down doing this. I'm gonna get bogged down like the leprechaun. I know you are inside. And that's how your childhood died. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah. Well, the cool part of me, anyways, makes the house that they can all come and live in. You know, the umbrella version of me is, yeah, it really is. It's just like the Wizard of Oz. All you have to do is pull the curtain aside to see what's really going on. And it is some mad little scientist in there just cracking away. What is this? I can't read. Yeah, this is the one with the turtle. Killer. 5-year-old you. Oh, Christmas. That's what making your art. Oh, interesting. I like the word bog. I like that word bog. It reminds me of fog. With the B I know. And a wasp that grows inside my head all day. I said his name is Fred. He's dead all day. All night in the bog. Boggy, boggy, boggles in the morning. Boggy, boggy, boggles in the evening. Boggy, boggy, boggles in the morning. I wear boggles to sleep because I have a hard time not seeing bogs when I'm awake. Doesn't make a lick of sense. But neither does life, and neither do bogs. I'm convinced they don't even exist. Nothing is real, folks. Nothing matters. We're all going to die. Have a good night. I love you. Okay, moving on. Don't forget to tip the waiter. So yeah, the turtle. Where is he? He's right here. Whoa, that made a cool sound. Wow, there's a lot going on in there. I'm looking at the drawing through the camera, what you guys are seeing. And that's the thing with this kind of style, you know. In my opinion, it's sort of easy to do. In just that, because sometimes people say, like, how do you do that? Or, wow, can I give you money for that? And they just, try to throw gold at me and stuff. I'm just like, no, I don't want your money. Of course, I don't do this for the fame and the riches and the bitches. No. Why, you got some? That old joke. No, it's easy for me to do it anyways, just because, you know, I've been doing it a long time. But no, It's just all you really have to do is just connect things, just got to get comfortable connecting things. And so you can start like you, for example, anybody could just start off with a turtle or a turtle and a cactus and a freaking like a little shed or something like that over here. But then you draw those three things, and then you just connect them. You just connect them with all sorts of whatever you want to connect them with. And I use flowers and these little. I love eyeballs because I think that the second you lock onto an eyeball anywhere on here, another one's gonna pop out at you, and it's gonna create a new face wherever it is. So I like to draw eyeballs and noses everywhere. And sometimes elbows and the bottom of the foot or something like that can be a nose as well. So you can, and then you can put an eyeball right there, and it's gonna turn into another face. And I love ears and swirls, and it's just all the stuff you see every day, all the time, without even really thinking about it very much. But I love all sorts of stuff, and I try to put it all in there. Or I love everything so much that it just shows up in these. It's not like I'm setting out to do it like this, you know. um, to a certain degree, sometimes there are themes or whatever, but yeah, this one in particular, I haven't done anything like this dense in quite a while. Um, yeah, and I did all of this one live out here on YouTube. So I think, if anything, I think YouTube owes me an apology because they didn't. Oh shit! Because they didn't think I could do it. Sorry about that. They didn't think I could do it, but I did it. Oh gosh, and I'm proud of it. I literally there were these guys dressed in black, and they showed up in my house the other night, and I said, yeah. After I, unlocked the several, locks and chains on the door, and had the pit bull at my side on a short leash. Yeah, can I help you? And they said, yeah, are you the guy that makes the videos? And I said, yeah. Who are you? And they said, we're from YouTube, sir. You've been causing quite a ruckus. And I said, really? And they said, well, no, no, you haven't. See you later. Have a good night. And I think it was just a threat, like a thinly veiled threat, like they were just keeping an eye on me, just in case I ever do blow up. They want to keep me in my place, and that's not how it's going to happen around here, unless they pay me really well. If you guys are listening out there, I take American Express, college tuition, firstborn children of nephews that you've never met, all that sort of stuff, monetary stuff, whatever. I'm open for business. Let's talk. Okay, everybody else, you can disregard the last 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll just continue from here. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, this is Story Grub. How's it going? All right, just drawing and stuff. Yay! Drinking some kind of liquid. Art tutorials. Well, yeah, art tutorials are hard for me, I guess. I like the next time they'll send the Men in Black. That's what I was sort of referring to. Yeah. Well, it's like this one, It's like last night this started off like, I'll do it again right here. Like this. You just start off with 3 stick figures. Like this. In a row. And then, I don't know, I would just add a circle right there. And maybe over here. And then maybe in here. Like that. And it's already kind of, you can see it changing. Or not. And here come the eyes. But there's also these things that you can do too. You can just like circle things, or you can make different shapes. But swirls are everything, and swirls are everywhere. Once you start looking at nature, and sometimes when I draw ears or something like that, I realize that I've been like actually touching my ear. So I touch my. It's just like when you see, I touch my. Never mind. Gosh. That's no way to talk about art. But also, there's the thing where you can just, like, I don't know. This isn't really a good example. I think that one's way better. But this is like the foliage I'm talking about too. There's an artist named Theo Ellsworth, and he does these things a lot, and you can do a lot with just that, and it gives it texture. And there's other kinds of things like that that you can do to get texture as well. Here we go. That's perfect. Exactly what I was going for. But yeah, and then I was saying how you could like fill in the gaps and stuff, you know. Obviously, it'd be a lot better for something else, but you just go for it. And then something ends up happening. Just not this time. It was happening there, goddammit. Oh, a little smile. I'm too tired to do this right now. He's sad. He's happy. His teeth. But yeah, tutorials. I could do 30-second ones and speed them up. No, actually, I would like to show people how to do this, but I don't even know how to really do it myself. It's like I get lucky every time. And you should see all my mistakes. They're buried in the backyard with the rest of the bodies. I don't want to talk about it. I gotta find something to scratch my back, because it itches. Oh my god. It doesn't reach. It's not gonna reach. Oh, perfect. Anyways, I gotta go. I gotta go lay down. As my grandpa used to say, I'm gonna go launder my carcass. And I'm gonna do that. Just so y'all know, this episode brought to you by ArtGuard. ArtGuard. It kills creativity, Dad. Yeah, alright. Take one of these before bed. You wake up with a clear head for the rest of the week. Lasts for 7 days. Kind of like that curse from that movie, The Ring. But I hope y'all have a good night. I appreciate the company. Oh my gosh, all the likes too. And yeah, you be good to yourselves. Cut yourself some slack. I am. I am. It was good to see you, Killer. You take care of yourself, Alexis. I appreciate the company and the conversation. I have a sunburn on my shoulder. That's why I'm scratching so much. And anybody else, Pastor, and everybody else that I'm forgetting? Well, y'all just be good now. Y'all just go out there and you do good. We'll all come back here again someday, and we'll all think back on ourselves, and we'll think, hey, yeah, wasn't that good? And some of us will say, well, gosh, yeah, it certainly was. All that stuff. Sing us a song. All right. Oh, gosh, what could I sing, though? seen a million things, lived a million dreams inside, where it's beautiful. I've sinned a million times, where the sun don't shine inside, where it's I've heard a million songs. They play on and on inside, where it's beautiful. I've made a million friends. They'll know where I've been inside, where it's and I wasn't better. God knows I know my useless. I might as well have some fun. These words don't make me feel better. They only deepen my soul. I've been digging for a pillow, but I've only dug a hole. So I'll lay down and roll inside, where it's had a different ending, but that's how I ended it. Ah. Art guard. Yeah. There's gotta be a because I think in my sketches that I made these for, I was just talking about this the other night, but I did this one first, Art Guard, and it's based off of Heart Guard for dogs, and I think cats have one too, but it sort of is the look, the the design, anyways, and then this one too, and and it's Art Guard X, so it's extra, but because I did this sketch, and I was gonna have this bigger universe where people had art worms and they were getting infected by these, and that's where the creativity was coming from. So you had to take take these, or that's at least what the doctors were saying. You had to take this in order to be like a normal person. Because last summer I was crazy. I have since settled down a bit, but yeah. I was writing and thinking about all sorts of sketches, and I was my videos out there so I didn't have to go. Because even today, like my left shoulder is just fuck. Oh my god, it hurts so bad. So I got this time last year I had tendonitis and in my shoulders. I was like, fuck it, let's make YouTube videos. So I tried to just like bust into that world very naively. So I have all these like scripts and characters and props and things that I was out here just like a mad scientist by myself, just trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And it's gotten better. I have this big art show coming up, and things have gotten much more stable. But there's still this little impatient child in me that wants it all right now, kind of, you know. And I'm not even sure what that is. I just know that I want art to be my life, my livelihood. Because it's ruined relationships for me. And I've ruined relationships thanks to it. Because art is bigger than any kind of relationship, apparently. I'm destined to be alone because of it, so why not get paid for it? I work alone, I sleep alone, I'll die alone. But I got my cat. You wanna go outside, sweetie? I'll show you my cat. And that thing is like super fuzzy and like comfortable. She's had that thing since she was a baby. Since it was just a little baby. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely Gen X. That's Abigail. Oh, there she goes. That's as close as I can get to her sometimes. Come here. It's okay. Good girl. She's getting better. Like she knows that she doesn't have to run from me. No, she doesn't sleep with me. That's the thing. But that's cool. She's cool. She sleeps in the bedroom with me. I went a day without her. Um, a few months ago, I moved away, and just like 2 or 3 miles away. But I left her here with my aunt because my aunt said that she would take her. She actually wanted her, and she liked having her around the house. And because the place that I was moving into was very, very small, and I had her out there one night, and I had a catio and everything. This catio, right there, and but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't have her living in this little teeny shack, and when she had this huge house over here. Um, so I let my aunt take her, and I just couldn't. I couldn't handle it. Like I was really broken up because her and I don't get along very well sometimes. But like she's my baby, you know. And when I came over here to visit, like the next day or something, after not seeing her for like the first night since I've had her, like I was like crying because I couldn't get in the house. I was like the door was locked and I couldn't get in the house for some reason, and she was in there like meowing, and I was like torture. But then the house that I was in started leaking. Um, the little place that I moved into started leaking, and so I couldn't stay there because it was raining like crazy, and I was miserable because not only did I miss my kitty cat, Abigail, but my aunt and I have become quite close, and so I miss my aunt a lot too. And I'm like, I was telling a friend of mine this kind of recently. It's like I'm freaking Jesse Pinkman or whatever. I was like live in this big house, just me and my aunt, and her and I get along great, and she loves my cat, and I love her dog, and my our pets get along, and my aunt lets me use the garage and stuff. So like, if you go back and watch some of my old videos from last summer, basically, you know, like May and on, That was everything that I did was like filmed out here in this garage. Like I filmed I filmed enough footage to have like a feature length version of that series that I put out, Art Club. Like I filmed like an hour and a half's worth of stuff out here by myself that I made like a 35-minute cut of that thing, but my computer wouldn't render it. It's just crazy. I was really trying to do, but every time I like would, it was like 3 steps forward and 2 steps back or whatever it is, But I learned a lot, and I had fun doing it, so can't complain. I'm just not a very focused person, but I sure do love filming stuff. I just never thought that I would be the one that was in front of the camera. I never thought I would want to ever. Before this time last year, I never wanted to be in front of a camera. So I keep forgetting it's only been a year since I was like sick and stuff. So I was a whole different person about a year ago. A year and a few months ago, I was just the most depressed, miserable person you'd ever meet. And I didn't know, I didn't even want to be alive. And then something just switched. So, yeah, happy to be alive. Thank you, Killer. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. And I feel like I just feel more comfortable over here. It's weird. My aunt and I just get along good. So, but it does remind me of like the early episodes of, of Breaking Bad. Just like Jesse, that character is just because I feel like him sometimes where I'm just, God, still kind of just a wild kid, but not in the sense that I'm doing any harm, but just that I'm just so scatterbrained. I feel frantic a lot of the time, just trying to because I'm getting older and I'm trying to get my work out into the world. I've been trying for a long time, and before I get so old that like I can't even like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Plus, like I always say, I always feel like I'm vain or something for thinking like that I should get paid for my art or my videos, but I always think that I couldn't wait to ever, if I were able to get any success, because I would immediately hire. I have like a few friends that I would immediately hire and want them to help me build something, with me. So it's like I want to help other people too. I'm not the kind of person that kicks ladders out from under myself. I'm the person that's helping people out, pulling them up by straps. But I have to help myself first, I guess. Anyways, thanks, Killer. Mr. White. What would Grandpa say? He'd say, "Good night, you little." No. Referring to me, my brother. Nah. But you guys have a good night. I appreciate the company, like I said, and we'll do it again soon. And I'll think happy thoughts. I'm gonna have some crazy ass dreams, and I hope you do too. All right. Much love. I appreciate it. Sleep tight.